Devin, I have to tell you that I think that your passwords for a lot of your things, cool dude 69, it's not really a good password, and it's, I think, easy to hack.
Yeah.
So you got to stop. I do recommend this lady that apparently has a very good hack, and it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's difficult to understand.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Prime Minister Carney is cutting $7 billion between Indigenous Services Canada and Crown Indigenous Relations. They provided $0 to deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIW G2SL LGBTQIA+. This is abhorrent. This is callous.
Okay. So did you get that?
Yeah.
All right. No one will be able to crack that code. The good news.
She said it so fast, too.
Oh, yeah. No, it's like this is obvious.
It was not the first time she had said that. Like, she has been trained. She went through boot camp to say it.
It's like, okay. And she gets, whipped on the knuckles if she misses a letter there. Oh, man. That's so cool. And you know that she knows every word that each of the letters stands for, right?
Yeah, she's not playing like Trudeau.
Yeah, that's right. So this like playing Trudeau. Anyway, so it's really fascinating. So it's a password. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's very long.
Yeah.
It has letters and a number or two, and it has the special character, right, which is essential for all. And you're welcome. Okay,
I will change it. Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, it's so easy to memorize. That's the problem.
Right.
Not.
Yeah.
Like, look, when I was a kid, there was McDonald's had the Big Mac commercial, and if you know this song, I know how old you are at least. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, and onions on a sesame seed bun.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And you have to say bun at the end, right?
Yeah.
And we all memorized that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fantastic marketing on part of McDonald's, but if you knew that, great. It's fun.
Right.
It's just fun. But how do you get people to memorize that? What this woman said, right? Did she think that we're just, oh yeah, of course, those people. Yo, you forgot the W.
Yeah.
Like, what?
What else are you going to do? You're home alone with 20 cats. Like,
that's true. You got to memorize it over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh, she definitely rehearsed it over and over again.
Yeah. The cats know when they're going to eat. When she starts saying that, then they come out. And, yeah.
I don't know which one of the letters that she actually identifies with.
Yeah.
That's not important right now. I think she identifies as a person who has memorized all those letters.
Ooh.
Right? It's like the mirror within the mirror. It's weird.
The fractal.
Yeah, the fractals. Anyway, but now it is time to go to our segment. Kamala Harris, was she drunk when she said that?
Oh.
So here we go. Check it out.
What else are you going to do to fix this problem with inflation?
All right, thank you. Well, let's start with this. Prices have gone up, and families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up. That's about having to stress and stretch limited resources. That's about a source of stress for families that is not only economic, but is on a daily level, something that is a heavy weight to carry. So it is something that we take very seriously.
All right. Now you decide, drunk or not drunk? Devin?
She was a lot more sober than usual. If she was drunk, she's...
Well, for those of you just listening, you're not seeing all the hand gestures and the head nods and everything else. I say she's drunk.
Okay.
Okay, maybe not the most massively drunk that we have seen her.
Yeah.
When she was talking about the tomorrow and the future is the future or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Remember that? Those are the good old days, by the way.
Oh, that was prime.
But this is not bad. This is more than tipsy drunk.
Right.
Let's put it that way. And here she is. And the question was a lob question. It was just super easy.
Right.
And the questioner, the reporter said, well, what about inflation? Tell me about what you think about inflation. And you would think that she would have an answer.
Yeah.
Instead, she just says, well, the prices are going up, and that affects how we live. It affects living.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you going to do about that? Or what's the cause of that? You just want to be upset about that? Talk to me.
Yeah.
Talk to me, a goose. And yet I love her.
Yeah.
I just do. She is the gift that keeps on giving. And I think we owe her for that alone.
We do.
So she's wrong, of course, about the prices. And she's actually just quite wrong about inflation,
Right.
especially about, just for example, the eggs. Remember all the talk about the eggs?
Yeah.
Right. So how Trump was, what about the eggs? Won't somebody do something about the eggs? Right.
Right.
It's like, won't somebody think about the children? This time it was, won't somebody think about the eggs? And then they're totally forgotten about it. So when Trump got into office,
Yeah.
eggs on January 21, 2025,
Right.
eggs were $6.55 a dozen.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, take a guess. What was it in mid-March? This is the latest reporting. Mid-March, what do you think the egg prices were?
I'm going to go with, I don't know.
This is an hour long or so show. Let's not take up too much time with guessing.
$4. That's my
$4. Okay. That's not a bad guess.
Yeah. Okay.
$3.45.
$3.45.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
That's a decline just in the Trump years,
Right.
the second administration, of 47.33%.
That's like
Okay.
50%. Yeah. Half
Yes.
off. Yeah.
But the New York Times,
Yeah.
they have very strong opinions about this.
Yeah.
And they say that Trump and the Republicans can't seem to get back on message on the economy. Like, what do you see embedded in the question
Yeah.
is this sense that the economy is doing terribly when it's doing very well.
Right.
The people are very happy with the economy.
Yeah.
But they won't let you say it because they will keep on pushing it one way or the other.
Yeah.
So, God forbid, they ask a question like, is the economy actually doing well?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, that's fine.
Right.
Two sides say it's, very differing opinions on the economy.
Yeah.
That'd be okay.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think it's very clear. It should be factual.
Right.
Yeah, it's like daytime is daytime and nighttime is nighttime.
Yeah.
But the way that they phrase the question is funny. Like, so this would be similar to, can Trump and the Republicans save themselves from the disaster of their Iranian war?
Yeah.
The Trump war?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We are winning this war. In fact, not just winning, we've won.
Right.
Iran has been devastated.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know under what fantasy you can believe that Iran has won. They've lost their entire army.
Yeah.
They've lost their entire Navy, their Air Force. All their leadership has been wiped out. There's no ballistic missiles to speak of anymore.
Yeah.
We are control and blockading the Hormuz Strait. Where is the loss here?
Yeah.
On our part.
Right.
Okay. The fact that Iran still exists, is that what you think is the failure somehow here?
Yeah.
When we beat Japan, Japan still exists.
Right.
Did we lose that war as well?
Yeah.
Well, idiots.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to the economy, even CNBC disagrees with the NYT, and for
Really?
that matter, Kamala Harris. Yeah.
Nice.
So they are hailing everything is great.
Yeah.
The Producer Price Index, a gauge of pipeline costs for final demand goods and services, increased a seasonally adjusted 0.5% for the month only. They didn't put the word only there, but I'm putting that in. Well below the Dow Jones consensus estimate of 1.1%.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so well below.
Yeah.
Excluding food and energy, core PPI, that's, what is it? Oh my gosh, price per index, was price per, what is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Was up just 0.1% against the forecast for 0.5%. On an annual basis, the all items PPI accelerated 4%, the biggest 12-month gain since February 2023. However, the core PPI posted only a 3.8% annual gain. Right. So very good for the economy. And CNBC seems to acknowledge this. So very funny how they just decide that it's not happening.
Yeah.
They just refuse to recognize it. But why stop being the idiots that they are?
Yeah. And that's why she was so general, too. She was like,
that's right.
prices.
Inflation's bad. It affects our living.
Sorry.
Bastards. And she really thinks that people will think of her as a very wise person.
Yeah.
She in her head, she thinks, wow, people want to hear what I have to say about subject X,
Right.
in this case, inflation. And they're just, hanging on to my every word.
Right.
Lady, we're just laughing at you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's surprising.
We kind of are hanging on to our
Yes,
word. It's
in a way, yeah.
What crazy thing
not,
is you going to say?
But not for the reasons you think we're hanging on to.
Yeah.
We're just enjoying. Oh, please go.
Yeah.
All right. For our theme today,
Yeah.
the idea of freedom
Yeah.
implies rules.
Right.
So, look, a nation that frees its criminals is a nation that is not free.
Not at all.
So let me go to the extreme on this
Yeah.
and make my point about freedom implies rules. So it seems, at first blush, it seems internally inconsistent.
Right.
What are you talking about? Why? Freedom should mean no rules.
Right.
We're all good. But, okay, let's imagine that world where anyone can murder anybody else, anyone can steal from anyone else, anyone can rape or sexually assault anybody else, anyone could defraud anybody else, and so on. You would never want to leave your house.
Yeah.
You'd be terrified. In fact, you'd be spending all your time defending your house.
Right.
Because anyone could break into your house.
Yeah.
That's not freedom.
No.
That's just living in chaos and fear and anarchy. So if you think that freedom and anarchy are one and the same, you've got something else to think about. You're really lacking in understanding the notion of freedom as well.
Yeah.
Now, Natalie Sandoval, this fantastic article I stumbled upon,
Yeah.
kind of illustrates this point quite nicely. She writes, a nation that frees its criminal is a nation that is not free. There's a mass incarceration creeping across America. You'll find evidence of that in CVS and Walgreens. You can see it at grocery stores and public parks,
Yeah.
in metal spikes on sloped surfaces. Don't know what she means by that.
Yeah.
And metal detectors at high schools. I'll also add that you'll see it on sidewalks,
Right.
where you are constantly having to move across to the other side of the street because you're afraid of a homeless guy or somebody who looks sketchy or a protest here or somebody that doesn't like you because you're wearing a Make America Great Again hat,
Yeah.
MAGA hat.
Yeah.
So American institutions are slowly adopting precautions better suited to a prison.
Yeah.
And then she says that she'll offer many examples. Why are institutions doing this? Because they can't count on the state to incarcerate the insane, evil, and or dangerous.
Yeah.
Or in the case of state-run institutions, they're ideologically committed to ignoring the root cause of their troubles and at best focus only on treating the symptoms. She's talking about the insane,
Yeah.
much of whom comprise the homeless.
Yeah.
When the state fails to lock up criminals, the public is assumed guilty.
Yeah.
The cost of presuming innocence is just too high. Thus, innocent people end up living alongside criminals in a de facto open-air prison.
Yeah.
She's right.
Yeah.
And she gives a couple examples. Here they are. I'll do a few of them because there's so many. Locked merchandise at drugstores.
Yeah.
Bag checks and no bag policies at stores. Receipt checks at the door of a grocery or retail store. Major retailers removing self-checkout lanes because theft losses are so high. Businesses leaving neighborhoods altogether. Dwindling numbers of public restrooms. That's true.
Yeah.
Hostile architecture, quote unquote, resulting in less comfortable or fewer benches. Okay, you don't want to sit in these
Yeah.
benches. They're not comfortable.
And they put the bumps there so you can't lie on them.
Right.
You have to sit.
Exactly. Parks closing down at certain hours to avoid becoming open-air drug markets. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cities spending millions on taller, harder to jump fare gates. Well, that's part of enforcement, so I disagree with her about that.
Yeah.
Locked up deodorant to prevent shoplifting are seen at Duane Reade drugstores and pharmacies. All that stuff. And then what I said before about the homeless on the
Yeah.
street. It's really true.
Yeah.
So one can escape these conditions by making sufficient money.
Yeah.
That's true. Making a lot of money permits you to send your kids to private schools or to live in a district with good schools, quote unquote. You can buy a nice home security system and reduce your chances of being victimized by living in a nice, probably gated neighborhood.
Yeah.
You can own a car instead of taking public transportation, where you might be risk being threatened, stabbed, slashed, or pushed onto train tracks.
Oh, yeah.
The latter is frequent enough that the New York Post has a dedicated tag for subway shoves.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I guess they have to because that's been happening way
too much.
It's not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I do think they should have those glass walls that with the sliding doors so that it's impossible to shove somebody onto
Right.
a moving subway. Anyway, contrary to popular leftist belief, the best quality of life intervention the state could make on behalf of the poor and middle class would be to lock people up.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
As I discussed here, a small number of people do most of the crime. One example, 327 people were responsible for nearly a third of New York City's shoplifting arrests in 2022 alone.
Only 320. My God.
Yeah, a third of the shoplifting arrests. That's amazing.
Wow.
Incarceration
Yeah.
is multi-purpose. This is her last point. One of the primary purposes is public safety. A well-ordered nation would have locked up somebody like Irina Zarutska's alleged killer, a serial criminal prior to allegedly murdering the young woman a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not it. We're living in my example of no rules.
Right.
You're afraid to leave your own house.
Yeah.
And again, maybe you're not so safe even in your own house.
Yeah.
What kind of world is that? And I don't get it. It's strange. Why? I mean, we can make fun of the Democrats all day long, but I really think that, and they're all Democrats.
Yeah.
Why is it that Democrats feel this compulsion to let these murderers go after a very short period of time, or sometimes just letting them out on bail altogether?
Right.
What's in it for them? What do they get out of it? By the way, they're mostly women. Mostly. Yeah. What are they doing? What's happening here? Do you have a sense? I don't have an answer.
Yeah.
I'm asking you. Do you have any?
I think I think women are wonderful, especially with small children, in that they have empathy. And they have empathy for someone who's been wronged, but then they also have empathy for anyone who's going to be punished, whether they deserve it or not. And I think that empathy has been weaponized, and I think they don't realize, they don't focus on the right thing, like the victim. Somebody being pushed into a subway,
right?
Like, you should have only anger and rage towards the
I see.
perpetrator.
That's very interesting. So you were saying there's misplaced empathy.
I think that said it better than I did.
I'm good at summarizing these things, but I think you might be onto something here because as a parent, I know a lot of fathers experience this, and they probably resonate to what I'm about to say. That with your kids, you are the enforcer.
Yeah.
Mothers may say, "I want you to take out the trash. I want you to clean the dishes. I want you to pick up the dog poop," whatever it might be. But fathers are the ones that enforce it.
Yeah.
So it's aspirational on the part of the mom, but she can't seem to get herself to actually punish them when they lie, when they, talk back, when they do pretty bad things, or they overextend their time for TV or their iPhone. And these are things that need to be enforced. Yeah. Charlie, I said 10 minutes for your social media stuff. It's now 12 minutes. Oh, come on, Dad, just one more minute. Nope, give it to me.
Yeah.
And next time that goes beyond 10 minutes, you are going to be grounded for the day. And, my wife will sometimes look at that and say, come on, Barak, really, do you need to do that? Yes, I need to do that.
Right.
And you need to do that. So women are, for some reason, reluctant. I think their job is to be the great nurturers.
Yeah.
And the great empathizers. And God knows the world needs that. But it's misplaced empathy a lot of times.
Yeah.
And they just want to just love and care for their kids. And they're worried that their kids will be hostile to them.
Yeah.
Will look at them badly and not see them as the nurturing people that they are. So maybe that's it.
Yeah.
It's just not, they're not built for it.
Right.
And so maybe it, kind of bleeds into the way women think as judges. But then if that's the case, then why do women judges who are Republican or conservative tend to be just as tough as the male judges?
Yeah.
So I still can't wrap my mind around it. I can't believe that there's some sort of big conspiracy going on, that everyone is in on it, that no Democrat judge, for example, will be harsh toward a man like who killed the Arena woman from
Zarushka or something.
Yeah, Zarushka.
Yeah.
In North Carolina, I believe it was.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that.
Right.
So something else is going on. It's very bizarre. It's maybe they're chosen, these people, because they're so light on crime, soft on crime.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And that's one of the things that I think we're really missing as a society, and I think that Congress has really failed on, is we really need to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
The judge for all those, you let out somebody who murdered 2 people and you let them out on bail. Why don't you tell us why you did that? In front of the camera, under God, probably nothing's going to happen to you.
Right.
But you're going to have to answer that question. Why? Why did you
That's
do
a
that?
great point.
You know?
That would be really great. And then
Yeah.
they just kind of shrug their shoulders. I don't need to explain this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you do.
Yeah.
You know, in many states, you have to run for office,
Right.
a judgeship. I mean, some are appointed, some have to campaign. But aren't you worried that if you're campaigning, that people will say, look, you let off this massive murder. We don't like that.
Yeah.
Do they think that maybe people don't really care about that?
Yeah.
Or that they don't notice about that at all? I mean, it's not, the presidential election, everyone knows what everyone else did. So, for example, during the 2012 election, there was talk about Romney leaving a dog on top of the car.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a small item, but that would never have been brought up if he was running for a judgeship.
Right.
Right?
No, it's true. Yeah.
So everyone knows everything that you've done, who you slept with, and all that stuff. Chinese spies,
Right.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But the point is that I think they just figure it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
Maybe they're being paid off. I don't know.
Yeah.
All sorts of crazy questions come to mind. It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. No.
All right. I don't feel like I got any good answers from you, Devin Goodman. This is not going to be
We had a discussion.
This will not be titled the Devin Goodman podcast today.
We talked
I'm
about our
sorry.
feelings. We empathize
Oh my
with each
God.
other's arguments.
He's-
you know, we refuse to punish each other.
He's gotten full empathy here. You think you like a guy, and then all right, Israel and the Iran war and America's involvement, and
Yeah.
so we are now at the point where we've decided to blockade Iran because they won't come to the table,
Yeah.
and they're not at all reasonable in any sense of the word. We told them we don't want you having nuclear weapons for at least 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And they said no to that. It's insane. They have no idea how badly they've been beaten.
Yeah.
They think that they're still alive. They're
Right.
still doing well. We talked a little bit about this false dichotomy of reality and what they want it to be. And J.D. Vance, who was there, he asked a very simple question. One of the first questions he asked them is, how do you perceive your status now in this war?
Wow.
Are you doing well?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he gave him a scale of 0 to 10. Like, how are you feeling today with a smiley face? When you go to the doctor, what's your level of pain? No, he didn't do that. But he basically said, what's your assessment
Right.
of where you are? Are you cornered? Because they are.
Yeah.
Or do you think that you've got this massive army that's going to, that you've got some chits on the table?
Right.
I don't think you do. And they clearly evidenced, they made mention of the fact that they feel like they're in a very strong position.
Yeah.
That's what they broadcast. That's the word I was looking for.
Right.
And he said, that's really shocking. Because this is the problem with, and it's not just Iran, by the way. It's much of the Muslim world, and especially in the Arab world. And the people who know this the best about the Arabs and the Muslims are the Israelis.
Yeah.
They know that the Arabs and Muslims, in the case of Iran at least, are amazing self-deceivers.
Yeah.
Not because it's something in Islam that makes them self-deceptive, but because of the nature of their dictatorships. All dictatorships do this. They lie to themselves all the time because no one wants to tell the dictator that things are going badly.
Yeah.
Oh, dictator, you're doing great. We are winning like nobody's business. Oh,
Yeah.
we've got America on the ropes. That's what they think.
Yeah.
And part of the reason why I think they say it is that they hate to be the bearer of bad news, and they're worried that they're going to be killed or that they'll be blamed. I can't believe it. General such and such, you didn't beat back the American army? I can't believe it. So they lie to the dictator.
Yeah.
And the dictator believes it. It's a fascinating thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of psychology going on there. And I just wish people kind of understood that this is really what's going on.
Yeah.
Prime Minister Netanyahu went on TV to reflect about his longstanding pledge regarding Iran, and he declared that we promised that there would be no second Holocaust, and this year we fulfilled that promise in practice. We recently have Yom HaShoah, which is the Day of the Holocaust remembrance. So that was nice. He also highlighted Israel's military actions against Iran and its regional network, saying the country is acting decisively to neutralize existential threats and ensure Israel's survival.
Yeah.
We've crushed the evil regime in Iran to dust. I promised that there would be no other Holocaust, and this year we fulfilled it. Europe has forgotten the distinction between good and evil. Right there.
Yeah.
It is afflicted with a deep moral weakness and is losing control over its identity.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is exactly right.
Yeah.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio
Yeah.
intends to participate in talks on Tuesday of what is expected to start reestablishing a ceasefire on Israel's northern border and to lead potentially to longer-term peace. Okay. Yeah. I think it'll be exactly the same playbook that we saw with the Iranians. They'll not realize that they're really in a bad sorts. What do you do with such people?
Yeah.
You just got to keep on pounding them.
Right.
I play chess.
Yeah.
A lot of chess, and I'm pretty good. I wouldn't say that I'm rated the highest. I'm no Bobby Fischer. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm good to know. I'm good enough to know when I'm going to lose a game.
Right. Yeah.
And I'll tip the king, which means I resign.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll play another game. Maybe we won't. But look, if the other side still has its queen, 2 bishops, 2 knights, a lot of pawns, 1 rook, okay, and I've got just a couple of pawns, and maybe a knight and my king, and everything else is missing, I'm going to lose that game.
Yeah.
It's possible I can get it to a stalemate, I suppose, but I'm going to lose that game.
Right.
And I'm going to tip the king. And it's very frustrating when a player doesn't realize that.
Yeah.
Because then you have to keep on going, and then eventually you win, and you just look at your watch all the time and you say, what a waste of time.
Yeah.
Because you'll get the checkmate.
Right.
And that's where we are with Iran. That's the frustration part. And the New York Times thinks that, because Iran is still playing the game, that not only that the war is going badly for America, but that we've lost the war.
Yeah.
That's their mindset. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Iran rejects America's peace terms. That just shows you how badly they want to destroy Israel and then be a threat to the rest of the world forever.
Yeah.
That is how insane they are. They're just like the Japanese toward the end of World War II.
Yeah.
They were, I actually think that they knew better, that they were totally surrounded. They were going to be utterly annihilated, but they had a death wish. That's how they thought of their emperor, that he was a god and that it was a holy thing to die for him.
Yeah.
And that was the madness. Okay, so that's kind of where we are with the Iranians now, at least this regime. But the people themselves, thank God, are not like that.
Yeah.
They're smarter than that. So we're in a better position than we were when we were fighting the Japanese.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're fighting so hard, when all they need to do is give up their nuclear ambitions,
Right.
totally throw them away, give up all the uranium, and you'll be fine. You can stay as your regime. We don't like you, but we're not here to destroy you because we don't like dictatorships. There are plenty of dictatorships throughout the world. So we're not in that business.
Yeah.
But we are in the business of avoiding nuclear annihilation.
Yeah.
Okay? And the fact that you're fighting so hard it proves to us that is your goal.
It kind of makes it obvious.
Yeah.
It's, no, I'm going to die to have nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you want nuclear weapons.
Right.
There's probably a reason.
Exactly right.
know? Yeah.
And they said, we want to use it on Israel.
Yeah.
And then they claim that they're doing it only for domestic energy purposes. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then why are you so animated about destroying Israel, like I said? And secondly, are you willing to die for the sake of having nuclear energy in Iran? That's like you and I saying we're willing to fight, to die, for the sake of having windmills.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of crazy. Or solar power, right? I mean, it's just idiotic. I mean, okay, listen, you're going to kill me. I guess I'll give up. I think solar power is awesome, but I don't want to die. So whatever, you crazy Americans, we won't do solar power. That's the equivalent.
Yeah.
If you're saying it's only for nuclear energy, then maybe you should stop that.
Right.
You've got plenty of oil.
Yeah.
As you've made it clear to us by trying to extort the whole world by blocking off the Strait of Hormuz.
Right. Now, if they had like a campaign of environmentalism where it says, never use oil, we don't even want to sell it to you because it's so dirty, like you can kind of, okay, maybe you want the clean, safe
Exactly.
energy of nuclear, but...
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Also from the New York Times, turns out during the negotiations, Iran proposed suspending nuclear activity only up to 5 years.
Yeah.
Which again says, we really, really, really want to kill Israel and all the Jews.
Yeah.
It is all right.
Yeah.
Crazy people. It's really no different than Ted Bundy negotiating for his right to use guns and knives, but agreeing to a pause for 5 years.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen at the end of the 5 years, assuming that they even mean it?
Right.
Crazy people.
Yeah.
I don't like crazy people.
Who do you think's crazier? Anybody who writes for the New York Times.
Now you're not being fair.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy.
Okay. And New York Times and otherwise to say, well, where's the game plan? What's the end game here? We talked about this before too. For any of you who think that America must fight with exact knowledge of how this is all going to turn out, I've got some news for you.
Yeah.
War is messy.
Right.
It always has been messy.
Yeah.
The Civil War, they didn't know how it was going to end. World War II, we didn't know how it was going to end. It never goes according to plan. Not even a battle goes according to plan. You can make what's the famous line? You can make all the plans you want, and then the first gunshot is sent.
Yeah.
But that's not the way the Dems see it for Trump. That's not their standard for him. For him, they require the entire war to be planned out and laid out in front of them. Like give it to us like it's a screenplay.
Right.
Right? Enter American troops.
Yeah.
Like scene 1, cut 2.
Yeah.
Right? And it has to have a happy ending. And what is the happy ending?
Yeah.
In fact, it shouldn't even be a war movie. It should be like a rom-com as far as they're concerned.
They'd probably like that, actually. Yeah.
Look, this is what we're dealing with. Here, I want you to know what we're actually dealing with. We're dealing with crazy people who have an agenda to destroy Israel and the Jews, and for that matter, all of America.
Yeah.
So check this out.
How fucking Hitler? How fucking Hitler? I want everyone to know how much I fucking hate these Zionists.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
There you go. He's not scared. He's not afraid of his own opinion. There you go. Free Palestine. Free Palestine!
And I just want to say, in the middle of all this, there's about half more to go. Everyone who is saying Free Palestine and such, and you're seeing a lot of moms, they're all doing the Sieg Heil. Okay,
Oh,
they're raising their hands.
Yeah.
So for those of you just listening, that's what you're seeing, and that's what this clip is all about. Let's continue.
Nazi salute. Hell Hitler, he's a G, he's a gangster. I wish he raided all you guys, bro. And the world would have been a better place.
Okay, that last part,
Yeah.
where they're saying Adolf Hitler, that was in Germany.
Oh, God.
Okay, that gives me the creeps in many ways, but it almost doesn't matter at this point. It's everywhere in the world, and even here in Brooklyn, New York, this guy's saying Jewish people are evil.
Why every so many hundred years the Zionists get slaughtered? Because Hitler knew how to deal with these people.
Hitler was right about y'all niggas. These dreidel spinning, yarmulke wearing, kibbutz happening, genocidal fucks.
They should be all exterminated.
Thank you.
Every single one of them. And their
Alright.
kids, their mothers, their children, everybody. Just like Hitler.
Thank you. Final solution is coming your way.
Okay, I think that's enough.
Yeah.
That last woman was a good one to end with. You will pay. You will pay. And what's interesting to me about all these is not just the fact that these people exist.
Yeah.
It's the openness and the what's the word I'm looking for? The
Craziness?
confidence.
Yeah.
No, well, craziness for
Yeah.
sure, but the confidence with which they are able to belch their hatred.
Yeah.
They know that there will be no meaningful reaction. They are now. It's a free for all.
Yeah.
They get to say their anti-Semitism, their anti-Zionism, as they please.
Yeah.
And especially the last woman saying, you will pay, which is more than threatening language. This is new.
Yeah.
Okay. There's always been anti-Semitism, of course. And until I would say the past 5 or so years, maybe even a little bit more long ago than that, let's say 10 years, there's been this understanding, you don't say it, that it's not acceptable.
Right.
You may believe it in your heart. You may say it in closed quarters to your friends, and it may slip out in a what is it, mic, not a mic drop, but where mic pickup, whatever they call it. Hot mic, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then people will be embarrassed for it. I didn't mean it that way. I need some help. I love the Jews,
Right.
whatever it is. But now it's out in the open.
Yeah.
They are antagonistic about it and confident,
Yeah.
and feel very unrestrained
Yeah.
to say what they want to say. And they know, worse yet, that other people will chime in with them.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
And one of the scary parts too, and you'd probably know this better than me, is I don't think a German in Germany who's like, blonde hair, blue eyes, is able to say such good things about that horrible man as the people in Germany are, because they're of the different ethnicity and different religion.
Right on, yes,
which
exactly
is
right.
really scary, because now we have a 2-tier justice system as well.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
New York Times, breaking news.
We have to do an intervention with the New York
I know.
Times.
I have a subscription. What can I do? You get one taste and you just want more of
You
it.
just need
no,
more,
the reason why I'm getting the New York Times, because they are so emblematic of the left, right?
Yeah.
And they are all in against Trump. They are all in against all things conservative. They're all in against God, generally speaking. And I think they're all in against America, for that matter.
100%, yeah.
Certainly against Israel. So New York Times, it's important to read them because it's emblematic of the way a lot of the left think.
Yeah.
Breaking news: Middle East war will slow global economic growth. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, warns. Because this is very serious. When the IMF warns about something, you can take it to the bank, as it were, because the IMF has never been wrong.
Oh, thank God.
So
nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But wait, what's this?
Wait, what?
You say the IMF is the same entity that got it spectacularly wrong on the impact of the COVID shutdown?
Did you trick me on this?
Gotcha. You say they got it spectacularly wrong on the Great Recession of 2008? You say they got it spectacularly wrong predicting the impact of fiscal measures for Russia, Argentina, Greece, and Thailand? Not just a little off, mind you, but full swing in the other direction.
Wow.
Such as when the IMF projected that world growth would increase by 3.3% in 2020, when it actually ended up contracting by 3.3%. Oops.
Wow. That's a pretty big one.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But in fairness, that projection was during the COVID thing. You could say, well, they didn't know.
Yeah.
Yes, they did know.
Yeah.
And it should have been built into the. They didn't want people to think that the world economic situation would collapse, because then people wouldn't do what was necessary to shut down.
Yeah.
So they wanted it to be a shutdown without any consequences.
Right.
Right.
Which always happens.
Which true.
Yeah.
There are no consequences to anything that you do, policy-wise or otherwise. It's you can plow $2 trillion into the economy and it will not affect inflation.
If your heart is true. Yeah. That's all that matters. If you believe.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. All right. So you know about this Eric Swalwell. Okay, we have to talk about this.
Yeah.
So Swalwell resigns from the race, the governor race, and from Congress himself.
Yeah.
This guy's such a doofus.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? That's not a good word for him. He's evil.
Yeah.
He's just a bad guy.
Yeah.
The timing of this, however, seems to have been the result of his run for governor. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There were too many Democrats and they needed to call their herd.
Well, they were worried that the two top Republicans would be the two candidates running against each other in the gubernatorial race this year later.
Which would have been amazing.
It would have been one. I mean,
Yeah.
Nobody thought that's actually going to happen, but nevertheless, that's what the situation was. And none of the Democrats were willing to bow out in order to increase the respective percentages of the Democrats to kind of get closer to the percentages of the two top getters, which were the two Republicans. So I think they probably told Eric Swalwell, listen, buddy, I think you need to get out because we got some information on you. And what a shame it would be if it got out.
Yeah.
Okay. This whole stuff about the sexual allegations, it looks really bad, Eric. And he said, you wouldn't dare.
Yeah.
And they said, oh yeah, try me. And he said, you don't scare me.
Yeah.
No how, no way. Anyway, and now it's all out.
Yeah.
Had he not run at all, maybe none of this would have come out.
Oh, God, no. Yeah. No.
But they wanted him out, and that's the way, like I said, the percentage increases.
Yeah.
But check this out, because he certainly thought he was cruising to victory.
Yeah.
And getting into the governor's mansion. But now he's fighting to save anything that he can. Now I think he's fighting to save his freedom.
Yeah.
But even he believes that it's just not salvageable. You'll see. So check this out from what he has to say about himself. It's very fun. Check it out.
Did you say no? Yes, I said no. I was pushing him off of me saying no.
And what did he do?
He didn't stop. I woke up the next morning naked, alone in his hotel room.
Late Friday evening, Congressman Swalwell posted this video responding to the accusations.
A lot has been said about me today through anonymous allegations. These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They also come on the eve of an election where I have been the front-runner candidate for governor in California. I do not suggest to you in any way that I'm perfect or that I'm a saint. I have certainly made mistakes in judgment in my past. But those mistakes are between me and my wife.
Okay. By the way, that's from CBS News, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
There are quite a few things wrong about that.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, he says that they are anonymous allegations. They're not.
That wasn't very anonymous.
No, it was not.
There was no little screen or anything like that.
It's that particular interviewee was blacked out.
Oh,
so,
was she? Okay.
But there are other stories of women actually come to the fore. They say their name. Here's what happened. Here's where I was. It's not anonymous.
Right.
The bottom line. Then he says that he's the leader of the pack. He's like he was, they just want to bring me down.
Right.
No, you weren't. The two Republicans were way ahead of you.
Yeah.
So no, that is flat out wrong.
Yeah.
The last thing he says is that not just the anonymous stuff. What was it? Oh, gosh, what was I say? Oh yeah, he was saying about how he I made errors of judgment. Okay, which means you did it.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Yeah.
In the same breath as you're categorically denying this nonsense and you will fight it to the bitter end. And then you say, and I've made errors of judgment. Serious. And that's between me and my wife.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're kind of admitting it, whether you realize it or not.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Oh, 100%. Bill Clinton handled this the best. He flat out denied it perfectly. He didn't say like, but other things kind of did, but
Yes, he had to be confronted with the blue dress. And that's when I said, okay, I did it.
Yeah.
He knew how to hold the line until he couldn't hold the line. Hold! It's like the movie 300, with the 300 Spartans. Like, wait, hold! Only when they knew they were going to be attacked from behind. That's when they still fought.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's what is amusing here. And now you have Nancy Pelosi coming to the rescue, saying not coming to the rescue, saying she didn't know nothing.
Yep.
Check it out.
Did you tell him to resign?
Oh, I think that was his decision. I think it's a smart decision to make.
The right thing to do?
Yes, the right thing to do, yes. Not to subject members to have to take a vote on something like that, and not to subject your family. Probably 5 times in the history of our country has anybody been ejected from the Congress. Why should you be the 6th? If you have a challenge that you have to address, it's best addressed not as a candidate for governor and not as a member of Congress.
Some Republicans and others are saying that Democrats turned kind of a blind eye, that they knew what he was up to or what the allegations were.
That is absolutely positive. And it's true that they may say that, but it is absolutely not true.
You had no idea?
None whatsoever. None whatsoever.
All right. I don't believe that for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't have this kind of lecherousness, this sort of behavior, and people not knowing about it. And Eric Swalwell was somebody that had apparently a lot of power.
Yeah.
And had a lot of influence. And perhaps he had a sense that he was above the law. And I'm sure he did have that sense that he was untouchable. And he must have also gained a little bit of that sense by way of his experience with Fam Fam. What right?
Fang Fang, yeah.
It was Fang Fang?
I don't even know what her, yeah.
She was kind of cute, I gotta say. So I understand. Yeah. Would I betray my country for her? I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't care how pretty a woman is. I'm not going to betray my country for her. So he was such a sucker. And he went out with her for I don't know how long. And she was just collecting all sorts of great information against America.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about this is that he got away with that. Nobody brings it up.
No.
In fact, he was so, nobody talked about it to such an extent that he felt he could run for governor.
Yeah.
Putting aside the affairs.
Yeah.
The sexual assaults, I should say, not even the affairs. Putting that aside, he thought that nobody cared about the Fang Fang thing.
Yeah.
The Chinese spying. And that to me is breathtaking.
Yeah.
I mean, look, what happened to these women is horrible. But I think what he did in the Fang Fang thing and not own up to it and say, man, that was terrible. Talk about errors of judgment, right?
Yeah.
That he should have gone to jail for that.
Yeah.
And nobody grilled him. Tell us what you told Fang Fang.
Right.
Tell us, the exchanges of emails. I want to see it all.
Right.
They didn't care about that. And he thought that the American people wouldn't, at some point, again, putting aside the sexual assault claims, which are very serious.
Yeah.
He thought the American people wouldn't ask about that.
Yeah.
While he was campaigning for governor. Did you think if the American people didn't ask about it, that your candidates who are running against you wouldn't bring that up?
Right.
And maybe they wouldn't. The Republicans will.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe your fellow Democrat candidates won't because they've been told not to. Don't know. So why was he brought down for the sexual assaults and not the treason business?
Yeah.
I think because it was a little too on the nose.
Yeah.
If they're accusing Trump of doing all these horrific things, and then Eric Swalwell actually does these horrific things, then they have to do something.
Yeah.
They have to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Plus, it'll also ramp up the percentage numbers of everyone else running.
Yeah.
So Eric Swalwell had to go, and I think he was totally surprised.
He was.
Yeah.
Did not. Yeah.
He did not expect this, and that's his problem. At some point, he's going to have to live with himself. I don't know. I do believe it. Everyone says that, don't judge anyone until they're actually, and they're right. He's not convicted yet.
Yeah.
But given everything that we're seeing, basically himself, to my mind, virtually admitting it.
Yeah.
In the video we played a little while ago, I think he's really got problems.
Right.
And he may very well go to jail.
Oh, God.
So, Eric Swalwell thought, the allegations are credible and corroborated. This is from PJ Media.
Yeah.
This isn't some crazy lady, meaning the victims, trying to extort money. There's a paper trail. Clearly, Swalwell's fellow Democrats view these allegations are credible and are urging him to end. Yeah, well, this has already happened. When Nancy Pelosi pulls the rug out from under you, you don't have a floor left to stand on.
Not at all.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
So good riddance, Swalwell. And then he actually says that they played many clips when he was pushing against Trump during the sexual allegations against him, which were not true. He went on record saying in congressional testimony, I believe, but certainly publicly, believe all women.
Yeah.
Why can't you believe all women? Wouldn't you agree with me, Donald Trump? And okay, let's believe all the women now that are accusing you, Mr. Swalwell. That's how tone deaf he was. That's how blind he was.
Yeah.
He never thought that might come up against him.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Mamdani grocery stores.
Yes. Free groceries.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know it's going to happen.
He's a genius, a gentleman.
So he says he'll work with small businesses and local farms, but why would they sell to him?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, and why would they offer to sell at wholesale prices? That's how much they are actually making.
Yeah.
So where's the profit for anyone? Now, you might say, okay, well, these grocery stores are the government, and so we're just going to charge what they charge us.
Right.
And that's wholesale price, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well then in that case, who's going to run the grocery store? Because the grocery store requires lights. It requires gasoline just for the refrigerations and everything else like that. They require employees to maybe answer questions. There's got to be security. There's a whole bunch of, at checkout registers. That costs money.
Yeah.
That goes above and beyond the wholesale price.
Oh, yeah.
So who's going to pay for that?
Right.
The government will be paying for that, I assume.
Oh, yeah.
And they say it's going to cost $30 million to do just one. Okay. When I think somebody else said they should be $5 million to do like 5. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Now, take a listen to his self-congratulations about how wonderful he's doing vis-a-vis the stores and how it's going to be so great.
Grocery prices are out of control. The cost of eggs and milk has skyrocketed. Some stores are even using dynamic pricing, jacking up the cost over the course of a day depending on what they can get away with. It doesn't need to be this way. I'm Zahran Mamdani, and as mayor, I will create a network of city-owned grocery stores. It's like a public option for produce. We will redirect city funds from corporate supermarkets to city-owned grocery stores, whose mission is lower prices, not price gouging. These stores will operate without a profit motive or having to pay property taxes or rent, and will pass on those savings to you. They'll partner with small businesses and nearby farms and sell at wholesale prices. The job of city government isn't to tinker around the edges while 1 in 4 children across our city go hungry.
Okay, so the last part is kind of like a non sequitur.
Yeah.
But so again, why would these farmers and small businesses work with him?
Right.
What's in it for them?
Yeah.
Why would they partner? He says partner with them. Why would they partner with him?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they make a lot more money with private organizations, private stores? Also notice that he is actually, if you see the video, he's making this commercial or whatever you want to call it, public service announcement, I don't know, in a regular grocery store. Okay, and there's plenty of food in the background. If anything, it shows the wonders of capitalism.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait to see the same video with the actual free grocery store.
Do you really think he's
not free, but government owned? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, somebody's going to do that.
Yeah.
And they're going to show him talking exactly with the same sort of things, and show that there's almost nothing there. It's bare on the shelves. It'll be, and you'll see rats on the floor. I mean, this is what's going to happen.
Right.
And because nobody wants to take care of this.
Yeah.
Who wants to do this for free?
Yeah.
And the failure to understand how economics works is breathtaking.
Yeah.
And he's talking about 1 in 4 kids going hungry. There is no hunger in America.
No.
It's just not happening.
No.
You would expect to see people, if there were hunger, you would see a little kid, starving, having a little hat out saying, look at me. And you could see his ribs.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
Okay. And nobody has, food scarcity or food, I don't know, they have a different word for it.
Yeah.
It's not hunger. Like they're thinking about it, like what's my next meal sort of
Right.
thing. But people don't think about that. They don't. People worry about having enough food in the same way that they worry about having a T-shirt,
Yeah.
a clothing. You can find T-shirts and underwear and everything else that you need. Nobody's walking around naked.
No.
They want to give you this impression that they are.
Right.
This is not, Calcutta in India.
Yeah.
This is not some terrible, horrifically poor country in Africa.
Yeah.
This is New York City still, but maybe, ironically, Mamdani's agendas will indeed lead to the very thing that he claims to be preventing.
And he's the
Irony.
Yeah. And he's the mayor of a big state, and they have EBT. They have state EBT. So if people are going hungry, that's a failure of the government not giving them food stamps.
Oh, that's a great point. And a lot of these people on food stamps, look at them.
Yeah,
They don't look very hungry to me.
No, they're fine.
Yeah, they need to lose a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So it's a big problem. All right. No surprise, Trump is not missing words when it comes to media personalities, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones. And he writes on Truth Social,
Yeah.
I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it is a wonderful thing for Iran, the number 1 state sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon.
Right.
Because they have one thing in common, low IQs. Okay?
Yeah.
By the way, we talked about this maybe 2 weeks ago. We said maybe the left is just stupid.
Right.
That it's a perfectly good explanation.
Yeah.
You have enough stupid people being told to believe in something fiercely.
Right.
They will believe that something fierce. To think that you're going to, like we always talk about, Queers for Palestine.
Right.
These guys must be morons.
Yeah.
They have to be.
Yeah.
So there it is. Okay. By all means, gay pride and all that, but you're stupid.
Yeah.
If you can't even engage in basic self-preservation. All right. It continues on. These so-called pundits are losers, all caps losers. I love that. And they always will be. Now fake news CNN, the failing New York Times, and I'm helping them with my subscription.
Right.
So. And all the other radical left news organizations, that's in quotes, are hailing them and giving them positive press for the first time in their lives. They're not MAGA. They're losers, just trying to latch on to MAGA. As president, I could get them on my side anytime I want to. But when they call, I don't return their calls because I'm too busy on world and country affairs. And after a few times, they get nasty, just like Marjorie Trader Brown. But I no longer care about that stuff. I only care about doing right for our country. MAGA is about winning and strength in not allowing Iran to have nuclear weapons. MAGA is about making America great again. And these people have no idea how to do that. Yep. But I do, because the United States is now the hottest country anywhere in the world. President Donald J. Trump, I think he forgot to say, thank you for your attention to this matter, which is one of my favorite things.
I love when he says that. Yeah.
So the good news is that Tucker Carlson is losing popularity dramatically.
Yeah.
And they want to make it seem as if he's, something significant, but he's not. Check this out.
Let's start off with Tucker Carlson, who has been in absolute free fall with Republicans. I mean, just take a look at this. Look at this trend line. Tucker Carlson's net favorable. Back in March of 2024, when he and Donald Trump were very close friends, look at this. He was at plus 54 points. Look at where he is today at only plus 7 points among Republicans, and that includes GOP-leaning independents. I mean, that is a drop of 47 percentage points. My goodness gracious. When you go up against Donald Trump and you want to appeal to the Republican base, to quote the movie Good Burger, you go on the grinder, and that is exactly what has happened to Tucker Carlson, who has absolutely collapsed among Republicans.
Okay, so wow. I love it. You know that you're in trouble when Harrington says, My goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Those are serious words.
When he starts quoting Good Burgers,
that's not a bad point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I find it very funny. So this demonstrates what a lie it is to suggest that Tucker Carlson is the new face of Republicanism, or MAGA for that matter.
Right.
He's losing popularity dramatically, as you just heard. People want to lump him in as a new Republican, but we're clearly rejecting him.
Yeah.
As a MAGA Republican. In my opinion, he's chosen some sort of money path, and apparently it's working with him with the anti-Israel crowd.
Yeah.
So look, it's called market segmentation. If you, let's say, create a drug that satisfies the needs of one particular disease, but it's a very rare disease, but only your drug fixes that disease,
right,
you'll still be a multimillionaire.
Right.
Right? And that's what he's doing. He's found his lane with the anti-Israel crowd.
Yeah.
And gives them the sense that anti-Israelism and anti-Judaism is somehow noble and intellectual even.
Yeah.
So he's associating his name with those things.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is really how everything is just changing.
It's all
so
out.
much.
Yeah. Okay. There's too many other things to talk about, particularly the DOJ finding out about pro-life versus pro-choice. The pro-choice organizations have been targeting pro-life organizations. That's all coming out.
Yeah.
We're also finding out that from the DOJ, this massive conspiracy, there's no other word for it, to try to get Trump, just fabricating everything that created the whole Russian collusion dynamic. So it shouldn't be a surprise, but now we're knowing it very directly. There's no other evidence that suggests that there was anything to it. So it's not just the Robert Mueller investigation, it's also the fact that DOJ itself, looking at its own records, are finding that this was just concocted out of whole cloth, and that they planned it that way.
Right.
We'll see if anything comes to it. Last thing I want to talk about is Trump's comments with the Pope. So the Pope talked about how, give peace a chance. He's against the war, essentially telling, that Trump is a warmonger, that he's not thinking things through. And so Trump responds, essentially calling him weak. It's a long tweet, and saying, you're a weak man.
Yeah.
And you don't understand the difference between right and wrong. And now everyone's upset. Some Catholics and even liberals, of course, will be, I cannot believe he's dissing the Catholic Church.
Right.
Like suddenly they believe in God because they must think the Pope is God because Trump is against him.
Right.
You know what? If the Pope doesn't want political pushback and to get into the fray, then maybe don't get into the fray.
Yeah.
You started this, Pope, Your Highness, whatever you call yourself. Okay? Look, and I fully respect the Catholic Church. I'm very upset about this Pope. Okay? I'm upset about the previous Pope too. But this is not the way to play this game.
Yeah.
Okay? The fact is that there's evil in the world, and evil requires fighting back. This is so central to the Torah and the Old Testament. You must fight evil. You can't pretend evil and good are one and the same. And it's surprising to me that the Pope, of all people, can't seem to understand the distinction.
Yeah.
And puts the Iranian people, the Iranian regime, I should say, on the same moral playing field as the Americans.
Yeah.
It just ain't so. These guys are butchers. I'm not going to go through the list of all the things that the Iranian regime has done. We've talked about it many, many times. We are good people. They are bad people.
Right.
And I think as Pope, you might want to say something like, may this war end soon. May justice prevail. May good prevail over evil. And that's it. People can, leave it to their imaginations. Maybe he meant that America's evil. Okay, great. But wink, wink, nudge, nudge, we know that the Pope is talking about Iran as the evil part of that equation. But don't get into the political phrase. Okay? It's just not a good thing. And maybe he'll learn his lesson. This is not a good thing. Just because you're a Pope, and in full respect to the Catholic Church, I say that over and over again. I really love the Catholic Church, by the way. I really do. I'm a big fan. They've contributed a lot. But a Pope is human. And if you're trying to get people to like you more, or you think this is somehow putting on a better face for the Catholic Church by not recognizing evil, you are wrong. Okay, you need to call evil out. And this message that you sent out, Your Highness, Your Eminence, whatever it is, your popefulness, I don't know. And again, I don't mean to mock. I'm just simply saying this was inevitable.
Yeah.
When you say this to Trump, and then and the Pope responded by saying, "I'm not afraid of Trump." Like, wow, that you really got into the muck of the situation, didn't you? You should have said nothing. I'm not afraid of you, Trump. Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you do in elections? I get that. You know, you're talking about Kamala Harris against Trump or Hillary Clinton against Trump. I get that, but really, the Pope?
Yeah.
This is different. I hope this never comes up again.
Yeah.
I think he's tarnishing the image, and worse yet, polarizing the Catholic population at large, which apparently is 1.5 billion people.
Yeah.
It's more people than you and me combined.
Yeah. It's quite a few people.
Yes. Anyway, folks, a lot to talk about, fascinating stuff, but I wish I could talk so much more, including Sir Keir Starmer. I will say about this.
Yeah.
He says that he's fed up with Donald Trump. Yes, fed up. After weeks of this is from the Telegraph in England. Yeah. So it's like the New York Times in England. Sir Keir Starmer is fed up with Donald Trump after weeks of barbs from the president over the Iran war. The prime minister bit back, comparing his U.S. counterpart to Vladimir Putin and blaming both of them for soaring energy bills in Britain. Meaning, I guess, Putin and Trump.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, and then it says, follow the latest developments below. And all I can say is, oh no, I can't wait to hear what more his irrelevancy has to say.
Yeah.
Meaning Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
This guy is a nobody. This is the Prime Minister of England. And he's just minimizing England. He's making it into an utter irrelevance.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Why didn't you let the Americans use your base?
Yeah.
Who are you trying to appeal to? This is not the grandeur that England used to be.
Yeah.
And that's what we're fighting now. We're fighting for the re-aggrandizing of Western civilization.
Yeah.
Certainly of America. But you have to fight. You have to recognize evil. And if even the Pope can't recognize what evil is, we may have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
All right, folks, this is Barak Lurie signing off saying, God bless, be strong, and we'll talk with you next week.